In October 1945, the United States had defeated the Empire of Japan. The Empire of Japan at its height controlled 1/7 of the the globe. Yet, having accepted the surrender of Japan in the 2nd of September 1945, as late as October 1945, we did not have a coherent policy of what to do with Shintoism. Think about it a moment. It's a difficult problem. Because on the one hand, Shinto is a religion of individual Japanese. A religion of long-standing custom, long-standing rituals. But it's also a religion that had been used to motivate a massive offensive war against the world. Under Shintoism, Japanese troops had caused the most horrific atrocities. The rape of Nanking being the one that should be remembered, perhaps. But not the only one. And in October of 1945, having defeated Japan militarily, we still did not have a coherent policy of what to do with Shintoism. Is it a personal religion, which therefore, and a belief system of individuals, which we must therefore defend and protect the rights of people at whole, or is it a political ideology that must be defeated and effaced? And what I found in researching this is a very important telegram, which I gave you on my handout, which I'm going to read to you, because it's very short, and it's very important. It's from a radio interview by a State Department official, in which he was asked what policy America would have toward Shintoism, and he didn't have an answer. So he gave one, I believe, extemporaneously. And that was repeated here in this telegram and became the first step of a policy toward Shintoism. Quote, Shintoism, is so far as it is a religion of individual Japanese, is not to be interfered with. Shintoism, however, insofar as it is directed by the Japanese government and is a measure enforced from above by the government, is to be done away with. People will not be taxed to support national Shinto, and there will be no place for Shintoism in the schools. Shintoism as a state religion, national Shinto that is, will go. Our policy on this goes beyond Shinto. The dissemination of Japanese militarism and militaristic and ultra-nationalist ideology in any form will be completely suppressed. And the Japanese government will be required to cease financial and other support of Shinto establishments. Unquote. I think this is a marvelous and succinct statement of a proper policy toward this kind of ideology. And the United States, under the leadership of MacArthur, set out systematically to enforce it. Just consider what this would mean if applied to Islam today. Islamism, state Islam, insofar it is a religion of individual Muslims, is not to be interfered with. Islamism, however, insofar as it is directed by governments and is a measure enforced from above by governments, is to be done away with. People will not be taxed to support Islam. And there will be no place for Islam in the schools. Islam as a state religion, state Islam, Islamic totalitarianism, will go. Our policy on this goes beyond Islam. The dissemination of Islamic militaristic and ultra ideology in any form will be completely suppressed. And governments will be required to cease financial and other support of Islamic establishments, unquote. We have a lesson from history, and let us remember something. It worked. It worked to the benefit of all parties involved. And the Japanese, I will add, enthusiastically embraced it. A month before the defeat, they were ready and willing to line up on the beaches with sharpened sticks opposing American arm. The day of the surrender, they accepted their defeat and set out to rid themselves of this militaristic ideology. And in fact, many Japanese educators urged Americans to act more quickly to rid this from the schools. Remains to be seen whether that would happen in the Islamic world, doesn't it? Now note here, there was no issue of demanding a change in beliefs. Only a demand to end this alleged right to impose them. Note this is alleged right to impose them in Japan extended down to the level of demands by officials within Shinto, those who were running the shrines explicitly, that people who visited the shrines bow toward the imperial palace in Tokyo. It has a cultural level. MacArthur and the occupation authorities demanded that these practices end. They broke the link, in other words, between church and state to the great benefit of all parties involved. Note the second point, that there's an end to state economic support demanded. It is vital to understand that the process of Islamization is largely funded by Islamic states. Islamic states who may overtly reject violence and even issue vehement statements against terrorism. Some of the most vehement website rhetoric I've heard against the state of Iran comes out of Saudi Arabia. Well, they hate them. And they hate them. Nevertheless, contrary to the philosophy of pragmatism and objections I've heard, I do not hold that these are separate and distinct movements, and that one side can be defeated without defeating the other. This is not true.